Borussia Dortmund, Die Schwarz-Gelben. They currently find themselves third in the Bundesliga following a massive capitulation against league leaders RB Leipzig, where they held a 2-0 lead but ultimately became unstuck to draw 3-3. On the European scale, it's also been a rough trot for Dortmund in their club history, having only won the Champions League once, 1997. Today, we head to Rhineland and deliver Dortmund glory in the Bundesliga, but most importantly, that highly desired second Champions League title. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Once again, we are heading to the Bundesliga today, a highly sought after rebuild. A lot of you guys have been messaging me in the past few days to take over Borussia Dortmund, and that is exactly what we are going to do. But if you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild with Borussia Dortmund, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are new around here, bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. So the main objective is to win the UEFA Champions League. Every game in the rebuild is simulated except for the Champions League final. The transfers can be as unrealistic or realistic as we like. There's a big focus on the transfer window. And finally, of course, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules, let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting lineup looks like for season number 1. It's a pretty strong side and a pretty decent backline as well, like reserves, but there's a lot of work still to be done. I'm probably going to be going in for a new right back, a new world-class left midfielder. I'm probably even going to call in Hakimi from his loan. Oh, he's back. Sweet. Hakimi's gone straight into the starting 11. I thought he was out on loan. He's back. Oh, wait, no, he's in on loan, isn't he? Screw that. Schultz is coming in. I'll probably go for a new left back in that case, and maybe even a new midfielder, although Witsel can probably last for the first season. But regardless, let's get into some of the transfer business here with Borussia Dortmund and see what we can do. So there it is. Our first piece of business has been secured. Ricardo Pereira. He's been so impressive for Leicester City in real life, so we've decided to bring him across to the Signal Iduna Park, signing with us at Borussia Dortmund for £34 million. He's back home, lads. Ousmane Dembele is back at Borussia Dortmund after being sold to Barcelona in the past. The Frenchman has joined us back here at the Signal Iduna Park, £60 million. Our first player departure here, Marcel Schnelzer, headed off to Cagliari for £5 million on the dot. Another player out of the club, this time it is the Danish midfielder Thomas Delaney, headed to PSG for £26.8 million. So I've decided to pull the trigger here and sell Axel Witsel to Barcelona, £40 million for his services. I want to go ahead and sign a midfielder who will be all-time. Witsel, yes, is 85 now, but he's age 30, and if you know career mode this year, you know 30 is a death warrant, so we've parted company. There it is, Fabinho joining us here at Borussia Dortmund, the Brazilian midfielder coming across from Liverpool for £72.6 million. 3 players in, 3 players out. I'm very, very happy with the business we have done to kick off our life at Borussia Dortmund. A big upgrade to the squad, but we are in the Champions League for this first season, so realistically we could get it done in the first season. Let's go and check out our group, however. And from real life experience, we know just how difficult this group is. We are in Group F, Barcelona, Inter Milan, and Slavia Praha. I am hoping that we can get into the knockout rounds, but it is a very, very tough group to navigate. Let's see how we go. Let's simulate. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're not going to be winning the Champions League in this first season because we have been absolutely blown out of the water here by Inter and Barcelona. That is absolutely terrible. I thought we'd put up more of a fight than that. Only 6 points. That is embarrassing. In the Bundesliga, we currently find ourselves in second position. Bayern Munich running away with things at the moment. We're 7 points behind, but my big goal, of course, is Champions League qualification every single season. I wanted to make some business happen in this January transfer window. I had a few players transfer listed, but ultimately couldn't come and get any good deals sorted, so no business in the January transfer window. Are we going to finish in a Champions League spot so that we can play Champions League football next season again? Let's go find out. So, we finished this Bundesliga season in second position. Bayern Munich, the gold standard once again. They finished first on 96 points, not a single loss for them, but I'm happy. We've qualified for the Champions League again next season, and surely we get a good crack at it. Scrolling down the table though, it is Paderborn and Union Berlin automatically relegated with Freiburg in the relegation match. Our rivals in Schalke almost getting relegated as well. We did manage to win the DFB Pokal 2-1 over Hoffenheim, however, so good to see we got some silverware. Freiburg beat Nuremberg 4-1 on aggregate in the playoff final. We did lose the Super Cup at the season to Bayern Munich at the start of the season 3-2. Barcelona did go on to win the Champions League here in season number 1. And Sevilla have taken down Saint Etienne to win the Europa League. I know we were in the round of 32, but I didn't really pay attention after that when I was simulating. So how did we go? So we took down PSV 2-1 in the round of 32. In the round of 16, we lost to the eventual champion Sevilla on away goals rule. So in theory, I'm saying we lost the Europa League final on away goals rule. So that is season number 1 done and dusted. By far not the best start we could have hoped for, but we got some good pieces to the squad. Would have liked to add a few more, but we keep on moving, we keep on building as we crack on to season 2 with Borussia Dortmund. We have signed Paulo Dybala from Juventus. £86 million on the Argentine attacking midfielder. The plan is to put him into the starting 11, pair him with Julian Brandt, and then probably look to move on Marco Reus. He's 31 now. It only makes sense. But Paulo Dybala, welcome to Borussia Dortmund. David Alaba has signed on here. He's switched. He's a partial trader coming across from Bayern Munich, £46 million to be our new starting left back. And we have decided to sell Mats Hummels to Manchester City, £49.5 million for his services. Starting to lose the older core of players here as we have sold Marco Reus to Atletico Madrid. I mean, in the rules section of the rebuilds, when I say don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player, this is exactly the situation where that rule applies. Marco Reus, a Dortmund legend, but this is pure business, £63.3 million to Atletico Madrid. And we have found our replacement for Mats Hummels. It is Jose Maria Jimenez, £70.5 million for the Uruguayan defender, coming across from Atletico Madrid. Mario Götze, another one of the old school Dortmund players leaving the club. Germany's 2014 World Cup hero is headed to Goodison Park, signing with Everton, I should say, not Edison, for £35.3 million. We're going all in for the Champions League title this season, and we have just brought in our new starting striker / centre forward. It is Roberto Firmino. We're getting Jurgen Klopp, the anti-Jurgen Klopp experiment. He used to be the Dortmund manager. Now he's Liverpool manager, so we're going to bring a lot of his players back to Dortmund. £60 million for Roberto Firmino, which is a price tag I am very comfortable with. I am selling a lot of players this season, but that's because I want the Champions League title this year. Thorgan Hazard headed to the Premier League, off to Arsenal for £37.2 million. In a normal, traditional, long-term rebuild or long-term career mode save, I generally keep Dan Axel Zagadou, but I want just a little bit more money so we can sign another starting 11 centre back. I feel like we're one decent centre back away from a Champions League title, or at least being Champions League contenders this season. So I sold Dan Axel Zagadou to Madrid for £28.4 million. There it is, a massive, massive signing. We have brought in Clement Lenglet from Barcelona, £73.7 million for the Frenchman. Welcome to Borussia Dortmund. What a window. We have made so much business happen both in and out of the club. Completely transformed this starting 11. Try telling me that isn't a good starting 11. Insane. I think next season, if we don't win it this one, I'm going to be automatically selling Berkey and going for an insane goalkeeper. But the core of this side should take us to a Champions League title this season, if not next season. And if we don't do it within those 2 seasons, I'll be very, very concerned. Regardless though, we're going to go take a look at our Champions League group here in season number 2. Oh God, Group B. The group of death again. It's ourselves, Arsenal and Atletico Madrid along with Salzburg. This is a tough group and we didn't cope so well in the group of death last season. Here's to hoping things have changed in 12 months. We have escaped the group of death, only just finishing in 2nd position in Group B. Atletico Madrid comfortably into the round of 16. Arsenal in 3rd. But I'm happy we get Champions League knockout football and really get an opportunity to go deep in this rebuild. But the question lingers, who are we versing in the round of 16? And the answer to that question is Real Madrid. The Galacticos, they are always such a tough opponent in career mode. Atletico Madrid, they got to face Mönchengladbach, so yeah, we definitely got a tough draw there. Real Madrid in the round of 16. In the Bundesliga, however, we are definitely in the title race so far. Sitting in 2nd position, Bayern Munich tied with us on 44 points. We're only behind on goal differential, so a good kick in the second half of the season and we will be in a great position. Again, no business done in January, but I mean, can you really blame us when we spent over £300 million in the opening window? This is what the side looks like, a little bit battered and bruised, but still a damn good team. But now we have the opportunity to really see what we're made of as we face Real Madrid in the round of 16. Okay, the home leg up first. For me, a clean sheet is imperative. We need a clean sheet here. We've got a full strength starting 11 on the field as we take on Real Madrid. The scoreline is a 2-1 win. I got excited, but they have picked up an away goal, which is leaving the door ajar for Real Madrid because they get a 1-0 win at the Bernabeu and they go through. They've got a good side. Brandt getting a brace. It's a tight one as we head into the second leg. Alright, the away leg here as we travel away to the Bernabeu. Roberto Firmino suspended, which means Alcacer comes back in. We need to score goals. The scoreline is a 1-1 draw. Julian Brandt's goal in the 80th minute secures our spot in the quarterfinals. And you know what? I am now ridiculously confident compared to where I was heading into the round of 16. We've taken down one half of the El Clasico rivalry. Now we have to take down the other. It's Barcelona in the Champions League quarterfinals. If we want to get through to the semis, we're going to have to do it the hard way here. Okay, the home leg up first here. It's a full strength starting lineup. Roberto Firmino back, Dembele and Lenglet taking on their former side. The score is a 1-0 win. Roberto Firmino scores, but most importantly, we keep a clean sheet, that is so important. Lenglet with an injury, hopefully it's nothing serious, but we are 1-0 up after the first leg. Lenglet and Fabinho suspended and injured for the second leg. Our back's against the wall because of those players missing, but we have a 1-0 lead. Are we through to the semis? Yes, we are! It's a 2-2 draw. De Jong gets a brace for them. Dembele and Firmino scoring for us. We go through 3-2 on aggregate. Okay, so we've been drawn up against Inter Milan in the Champions League semi-finals here. Of course, they were in our group last season and they took us down, so they're a side that we're going to have to be cautious about, that is for sure. Are we going to get past the Italian outfit and into a Champions League final here in Season 2 to face either Atletico Madrid or Manchester City? We are about to find out. Okay, we travel away to the San Siro here for the first leg with a full strength starting 11. No time thinking about it. We're going to jump straight into it here and we're going to go down 2-1. Oh dear. Mauro Icardi has scored a brace. The one potential pickup is the away goal we have scored with Roberto Firmino, but we are behind after the first leg at the San Siro against Inter. Damn. Alright. Deep breath. We're behind 2-1 on aggregate. We have an away goal though. So, if we got 1-0, we go through to the final. Still a very, very tough prospect. We need a big result here against Inter Milan. The scoreline is going to be a 2-0 win. We're going to the final. Brent and Firmino. Yes, lads. How good. We go through, what's that? 3-2 on aggregate? Oh man, that is a big weight off of our shoulders. So we're going to be facing either Atletico Madrid or Man City in the Champions League final. It is Borussia Dortmund versus Manchester City in the Champions League final here in season number 2. Can we take down Pep Guardiola's side? I'm going to stretch this one a little bit further and say it's almost like Pep's back at Bayern and we got the little derby game there, but regardless, it is going to be Dortmund versus Man City. They took down Atletico Madrid 4-2 in the semis. They took down Bayern 8-0 in the quarters. And in the round of 16, they took down Ajax 5-1. So they're in good form. Taking a look around the other tournaments, however, and it is going to be AC Milan taking down Lyon in the Europa League final. We have had an impeccable second half of the season and have managed to win the Bundesliga here in season number 2. Just the one loss, 10 points clear of Bayern, so we've absolutely killed it. Scrolling down the table, however, it's going to be Dusseldorf and Stuttgart automatically relegated with Mainz in the playoff game. We did not go back-to-back in the DFB Pokal, however, Leverkusen taking down Bielefeld to win that, and the promotion playoff final has not been played yet. So ahead of the Champions League final, here is a look at the side. Very, very happy with the team we've put together in such a short time span. We had a pretty crazy transfer window to start off the season, which I think has definitely set us up quite nicely for this entire season. Julian Brandt with 33 goals throughout the campaign. We didn't score too many goals, to be fair. Only really Firmino and Julian Brandt scoring our goals. In fact, who was the top goal scorer? We're going to go up here. A lot of players not even getting starts or goals as it is. Yeah, so Brandt, Firmino, and Dybala scoring all the goals. Sancho only 9. Regardless, though, we're into the Champions League final here in season number 2. It's now time to take on Manchester City. We have the home ground advantage here as we take on Man City in the Champions League final. City on the attack here. Aguero going there. I need to cover up with Sancho. Aguero going to Eriksen, trying to stop a shooting angle. Thankfully, Sterling's pass is very mediocre. And we're actually on the counter. Dembele's got mad legs. He's put himself into a hole, but now Brandt is away. Julian Brandt. Oh, that's such a terrible touch. I was in two different minds. I didn't know whether to shoot it or pass it. Neither. It comes off. Here we go. Look at that opening. Dybala's through. Keep making that run. I think that's Sancho. Whoever it is, keep making the run. Firmino. Is he onside? He is. Yes, he is. It's confirmed. We've scored with Roberto Firmino. What a gaping hole for the Man City defense. That's what I love. I've become really good, I feel like, lately at just picking up when a player is overcommitting in a certain aspect and capitalizing on it. Beautiful stuff. City in no man's land. We take the lead. Man City on the attack here. Just before halftime, they have a shot. Good save, Berkey. And he collects the scraps. Thank the Lords for that. Man City on the attack here. Bernardo Silva. They send that one deep. Get rid of it. Good stuff from Pereira. Now let's see if we can hit him on the counter. We've actually got a few little overlaps opening up here. Let's just send it away. Firmino's got pace. Laporte's caught up though. We've kind of sold him though. Here we go. Sancho. Green timed. It's blocked. It's going to fall back though to Dybala. Sancho. That's a terrible finish. Oh dear. Mats Hummels is on against his former club. Brina over the top. Let's just head that one back. Good stuff. Come on, let's just hold on. Oh, I should have done that. Head that one. No, why aren't you using your head? Oh, thankfully it's a... No! I can't hold on to possession here. It's like it feels like I'm self-sabotaging, and we're into the 90th minute. Oh dear, this is not going to end well, is it? We need to get possession back. Just do something dumb, City, please. Pass it back one more time. Pass it back one more time. Rodri sends that one in there. Headed away from Langlet. Blow that whistle, referee. Oh no, Rodri skinned us. I'm trying to change to Alaba. Sends that one in. It's held from Berkey. Blow that whistle, referee. We're going to win the Champions League final here. There it is. Borussia Dortmund, Champions League winners for the first time since 1997. We win 1-0 over Manchester City. Roberto Firmino scoring. It was touch and go at certain points, but we have held on and got it done. Lads, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe down below if you're new around here. I'll see you for the next one. It's been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.